Greetings and a warm welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA channel and CEO at Trout, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of this week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story, just as more lawsuits alleging misuse of forfeiture accounts to offset a plan's match are being filed, two notable cases were recently dismissed with prejudice. A Minnesota federal court stated that the Wells Fargo plan documents did not require the use of forfeiture assets to offset costs of administration, something a California court echoed in a case against J.P. Morgan. For plans with ambiguous language in plan documents, or that require that the assets be used for the benefit of participants, they may still be vulnerable, but at this point, no court has ruled that forfeiture assets are plan assets and must be used to offset costs, with failure to do so a breach of the duty of loyalty. Next story. After the IRS Abbott private letter ruling and Secure 2.0, pundits predicted a boom in adoption of student loan debt repayment programs. Results are very different, with Callen reporting just 12% of larger plans offering and just 2.6% of plans according to the PSCA. Complying with mandatory provisions has taken precedence for plans and providers alike, with costs and time to implement student loan programs not insignificant. One expert asked whether they should in fact be combined with retirement plans. Though a noble endeavor, like HSAs, student loans are just another wrinkle in what can be seen like an overwhelming task for plans and providers. Though Voya, now offering a free program through Savvy, claims it will be a great retention tool. Regardless, the demand is tepid, with limited revenue opportunities. Next story, with CITs seeming to be taking over the DC world, especially with plans sold by retirement plan advisors, a comprehensive article by the International Foundation of Employee Benefit Plans details their strengths and weaknesses in comparison to mutual funds. With $4 trillion in assets, 10 times more than in 2000, and more assets in target date funds than mutual funds, CITs are booming, mainly due to lower costs and greater flexibility. But they come with a price, including less transparency, liquidity, and accountability. Advisory firms and providers can negotiate fees and receive additional revenue, setting up more challenging disclosure for plan sponsors, with potentially different pricing on the same investment depending on the firm offering it. With one CIT provider dominating, it is not hard to imagine potential conflicts of interest in issues that may eventually end up in court. Next story, while proponents of managed accounts may be cheering the Bechtel case, leading ERISA attorney and former RPA Matthew Eichmann cautions about reading too much into the decision. The initial complaint alleged that the cost of the managed accounts used as the QDIA and 63% of participants through Bechtel's record keeper, Empower, dramatically increasing their fee, were too high compared to target date funds. The federal court dismissed the complaint without prejudice because the plaintiffs did not provide meaningful benchmarks that showed that the managed account fees were too high. He stated they could not be reasonably compared to target date funds. It's like comparing active investments to passive. Like with CITs, mutual funds are more opaque, requiring a deeper understanding of costs, especially about who is being paid what and for which services, as well as ultimately whether they are reasonable. Finally, a large broker-dealer putting together a case to leverage the convergence of wealth and retirement for their board to get more resources called looking for ammunition. Their first question was whether the convergence is real, something no one is brave or stupid enough to deny these days, with all due respect to those stuck in the 401k echo chamber. The real question is who can be successful and how. Like Mount Everest, convergence is not a mirage, but for most, it might as well be. Read my recent wealthmanagement.com column about how some firms are succeeding, but no one is close to the summit yet. So those were the most important stories from the past week. I listed a few others I thought were worth covering, including why retirement committee fiduciary training should be a priority. Advisors should not ignore private market investing. Senator Warren questions Empower's private market initiative. Do advisors need to harmonize their message to record keepers, and how RPAs are creating additional revenue through wealth management? Please let me know if I missed anything or if you'd like to comment. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k Real Talk.